Welcome back to another episode, number 15 this time. In this one, I thought I would do another one of my own entries and give an actual architect commentary this time. So, we shall see what Crumbling Caverns has in store. Terrible accident indeed. Yeah. Unfortunately. And I can see that everything is revealed because I already actually played it when I was testing if all the scripting was right for the compilation, so you can see everything this time. Yes, traversing backwards, as in all the rooms are, you visit them, you do stuff inside, and then you leave, and you leave permanently. So whatever you don't pick up gets, is left behind forever. And this holds true for every room. You go from there to the east, and then east turns down south, and so on. And there, what you would see actually is a hole like this. Let me actually show you in the whatever. You would see a hole. This is a secret room with, well, if you take a peek, a spear. But it is quite tough to get in here, after which the level becomes pretty simple, I would say. So I will not do that on the video. I will let that part of the fun be enjoyed by everyone, to not reveal it. But let's just see roughly what I had in mind. The first thing that you'll notice is that there is no background music in here, just dripping droplets, which is on purpose. One of the reasons that one of the motivations behind this level was to play with the music a little bit. That's also why the protagonist over here is a bard, and we shall see what he does about the lack of music shortly. But some of you might know where that is going. Anyway, let's try to play as I played in my testing runs, roughly at least. And so the first thing to do is to pick up a bunch of stats. We are not killing the sentry, not in this room, and probably not in the next room either, which will hit us when we try to get the attack gem, but it's fine. And there are also a few flutter wings, which are slightly stronger wraith wings. Well, kind of. They have a smaller amount of HP. And then there is an amber arachnid. Who eventually becomes free by the virtue of having too much defense on ourselves. But anyway, let's go like this. And as we can see, the arachnids that we would very much like to kill in here are getting cheaper soon. and cheaper still. So let's do it like this. And furthermore, taking the defense from here gives us more savings on the arachnid than we would get from taking this defense. And now, unfortunately, these are a health negative, but perhaps you might want some Greckles if you do decide to take it. For now, I will just pick up the shovel here and leave. So yes, there goes the bard part of the level. Now I'm gonna greedily take all 3 of these shovel caches. One from the shovel that I kept and these 2. And I will start with the defense because I'm not fighting the sentries yet, but I want to take these 2. Did I take the defense here first? I think I did it this way. Shouldn't matter, there is plenty of lenience in here. And now we shall hit the fluttering checkpoint just precisely in this way. And there's one more monster in here, the Tartrazine Thorn Blossom. I figured this might be a puff, might be a spiky flower. So stock up on the defense. And given the 3 flutterwings are much cheaper than the Thorn Blossom, we shall take that. Let's do attack to save. I'm getting these too much later. And we can keep this for later. And now go for all of this. And actually now this is a health profit. So we shall take that as well. And carry on, here are some more buildings, but unfortunately, given that it's a crumbling cavern, everything is kind of crumbling to dust. With all the briars as well in here. Now if you kept some shovels, actually you could get in here, which is a big gem cache, And additionally you get a blue key, so some extra score. So defense is quite useful in here, especially against the arachnids. So I used 3 shovels so far, and I remember spending 3 shovels in here, 1 shovel in here, so I have 2 more to make use of, and I think I will be picking this gem and also this one. In which case, given that this is just 7 hits, but 3 attack preserves me 10 HP from the arachnid, we should take this. Or this, actually. Oops, don't fight you yet, but we will. At least from behind, the Sapphire Sentries are, well, about to do only 2 hits. Anyway. You, I think, are the next priority. Thorn Blossoms need 2 more attack. Which I think will be this one and this one. No, these 2. I do get more defense in this room, but not more attack, or not enough attack, I should say, to make the Flutterwings completely free. Thus, we shall do this. And now the Thorn Blossom is cheaper. Plus 3 attack. Oh, we get some more defense first. So I will be picking this up, so I'm getting hit 1 time, and if I could get this attack first, I would be getting it immediately. So let's do it like this. And this allows me to get this in for just 1 hit. So instead of just getting hit, I can instead take the eyes with me, and now the arachnids are completely free. So let's just get the shovel, and same story, I want this gem, so I'm getting hit. And so I might as well take the sentry with me. And this is health positive. Right, I think that does it for this room. It's not third. Well, I don't think that bar can actually chew through walls, but certainly it seems to be doing their thing in this cavern. Let's pick up some more defense and more attack, which makes the flutterwings free, but only if I fight them directly by the virtue of the first strike. Anyway, we can go on a rampage, at least a little bit. Alright. And finally we see a tough monster, Emerald Elemental, which is a variation of the Rock Golem monster with high defense and an even higher attack. So he will be pretty expensive. But for these 2 gems, if you have enough health, you can take him down. So that is what we'll actually do. And given that the Thorn Blossoms are blocking both of the defense gems, we shall kill you first, and then sneak in here. And we definitely want the Emerald Elemental to not be doing 2000 damage to us, because, well, that kills us. But we can take 1000. Now, up until this point, there were precisely 6 shovels to be gained. And if you kept all 6, you could then dig through here in order to get the spear. However, surviving getting the 6 shovels is not quite so easy. And I will let the other players do it on their own. For now we get an autosave. Me too. Me too, guitar. So here comes the demi-boss of this, with a big reward cache behind it. The Rock Giant, who does too much damage as of now, but I think we can take him down, especially since the arachnids are free, and the eyes are just 3 attack from being free with the backstrike. So let's try. Unfortunately, most of the attack is hidden behind the Emerald Elementals, or the Rock Giant, and without fighting them, actually, it's not possible to reduce the... Well, I guess if you fight both of these, but that only saves you 70 on the elemental, whereas fighting the elemental now will save you 90 on this and everything on the other sapphire sentries. So I believe this is the better choice. So now we go for another rampage. After which I'm saving the shovel for later caches, because I happen to know that they are better. And let's see. So 3 heads. Let's take this defense first, and then either one of these 2 defense gems is useful up next. So I will do it like this to also gain the Greckles, and this and +3 attack to make further savings on the giant. In fact, 2 hits are saved in this way. And we get a nice autosave there too, after which we can almost freely kill the Thorn Blossom. We're getting very strong. And since we are doing so well up until now, actually 3 of the monsters are completely free, and the Thorn Blossom will be shortly. We just have to be careful about wandering in front of the sentries and trying to kill them from behind if possible. Yes, we are heading in the right direction. There's the exit there. So let's clean up all the freebies, of which there are many at this point. Now, unfortunately, this eye is guarding the only passing square, unless, of course, we had the spear and could cut through the walls. And some spoilers for later. But these 5 monsters will cost us some damage, and we are not reducing them at any time with the attack. So take the defense first, and the order, rest of the order doesn't matter. Oops. We are mighty strong, 64 and 64. And I think I didn't save in the 4th room, but there was an autosave with the giant. So, no worries there. Well, could we get inside? If we had the spear, we could. But since we don't, we may need to open the Greckle gates, which happen to cost actually 170. So let us hope that we collected enough Greckles. And this is the cache that I will take. So 340 is the target, I believe. Which we are just barely off of, and we also need just one more attack for the elementals. But that we can get quite handily from here. And killing one more elemental gives us just enough Dreckles to scoop up the shield. So we are quite big on both of the stats. And now the only thing that hurts us is killing Sapphire Sentries not from behind. Or well, body bumping the elemental, but why would we do that? And in terms of the scoring, much like on the overcrowded beach, I went with the usual times 40 so that every point of HP counts. Yes. So the joke being that with a grappling hook we can hopefully climb out of the cave. However, there is one more obstacle behind us and the freedom, namely the snake. And since we are playing around with the music so much, well, some post music is required as well. And now we can kill the eyes from the front as well. At which point everything is truly free. Again, except for wandering in front of the eyes. And here we are. Snake is doing just 900 damage. And given that we saved 3 shovels, we can then take either the defense or the attack. The defense is pretty luxurious because the snake hits us 41 times. However, we will see that it does less damage actually when we take the 10 attack than if we took the defense, and actually attack is more worth it in terms of the score, so we take the attack instead. And thus we are ready to fight the snake, who will yield us 180 cripples. And thus the sizable serpent has been slain. Ooh, 99%, so I did something else that I skipped somewhere. Probably in my run. That might be the run I did with the spear, which should be more optimal, but only by a small amount, and I will let the big optimizers decide whether the spear is actually worth it or not. I wanted it to be fairly close. So let's climb out. And there we go. That's all for the century. I hope that people who play it have fun and enjoy the atmosphere. But for this episode, we shall cut it there. So, thank you for watching. Do ask me in the comments if you have some questions about further questions about the making of this level. And I will see you in the next episode.